I should have looked back. Isaac?
Yes?
Now, I know you think we haven't always been close.
I don't think that.
You don't?
No. I've always loved you very much, and I've always thought you loved me too.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I had a different idea.
Really?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Do you remember when I was 7 and you took me fishing? Do you remember that? We went down to the shore the night before and we stayed in an hotel. And the next morning we rented a boat, a little wooden outboard boat. We rented rods and reels, bought a box of bait. Squid, I think. It was light gray and it looked like plastic. And we caught all kinds of fish.
I remember that.
And we caught a shark. You know, a little sand shark or something. And he told me we had to club it. We had to knock it out or else we'd eat the other fish right there in the boat. And so I did. I clubbed it. I hid it on the back of it, where they gave this in case of emergency. I was little. Nothing happened. Couldn't hit it hard enough. And so you took the oar and you hit it as hard as you could. And the eyes popped out, right out of the side of its head. That was something.
I don't remember that part.
No, it was a good time.
Well, I suppose.
Right out of its head.
All right.
What about the time we went camping?
It rained.
That's right.
And thundered.
All night.
When you were scared and I talked to you. I kept talking about anything until my throat was raw and you were asleep.
You told me I was 7. And we went fishing. We went down to the shore the night before and we stayed in the motel. The next morning we rented a boat, a little wooden outboard boat. We rented rods and reels, bought a box of bait. Squid, I think.
You said that one.
Right.
Yeah, you already said it.
Right.
Unless there was another time.
Just the once.
Oh. I thought so.
That was fun.
It was. Isaac, I want to understand.
You want to judge?
No!
I felt very close to you. Do you remember anything
I want to
other
understand.
than the fishing and the camping?
Help me, please.
I can't.
Tell me how.
How what?
Could you?
Fall in love?
With a child.
But I don't think of him that way.
But he is.
But I don't think of him.
But he is.
But I do not think of him that way.
Oh my God, Isaac.
And he loves me.
Do you even hear yourself?
I think so.
Then, how?
If I could explain it to you, I would, but I can't.
You know, I've been thinking.
What?
It's my fault.
It is not your fault.
How do you know it's not?
Because
You
I
can't
know.
explain it.
I just do. I know it.
You see people on TV, on the news. You see these kids with their sweatshirts hiked up over their faces, covering their faces, being led into prisons. You see these kids, and you don't listen because it doesn't matter. The words don't matter. It's just a litany of crime, a laundry list of sordid behavior. Today's murder, today's robbery, it's all white noise. That's the world.
You watch way too much TV.
It's not the point.
I'm sorry.
They end up in prison. You can tell by the walk. You can't see the faces. You can tell by the walk. Which ones will survive? Which ones can take it? Which ones can't? The boys went a bloody and ruined. You were a good child. A gentle child.
She's gone.
What?
She's gone now.
What? Who?
The woman.
What woman?
The woman on the patio.
Oh. See these kids. They're not all kids, of course, but they're someone's kids. You can't help thinking, what happened? How do they get there, this place where they'll die? And you feel sad for parents, the shame, but they're kids. What was missing? What happened or didn't happen?
Oh,
Who hurt them?
I think I understand.
Who did this to them?
No one?
Someone is responsible.
Well, they are. They're responsible.
I never hit you.
We were very close.
I never touched you.
You were a good father.
I don't remember enough. I remember birthdays, and car rides, and screaming in the back seat. I remember pictures and places. No center.
Because there is none. There's no center, there's no reason. Things are what they are. And you were a good father.
You know, my father hit me. You remember him? Everybody liked him. He was handsome, he was charming, that's how people described him anyway. George was charming, they'd say. He told jokes and slapped people on the back and made money without thinking. And he hit me! And that's what I remember about him! I don't remember the jokes. I remember the hands. Red, big, raw, coming at me when no one was looking. And who would I tell? Because he was charming. He looked so good in his navy suit. Who would I tell? He was funny. I never hate you, Isaac!
I don't know what you want.
Were there others?
No.
You promise.
Yes.
You promise me.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, I've been thinking. It'd be fun. I haven't done it, but I've been thinking I should paint you. You and Mother, a portrait. I bet you my things are right where I left them in the attic. I bet you they are. My paint, my brushes, my easel, wouldn't you think?
We'll see.
And I stayed.
What?
There is no safe place for me.
I'm going to go check on your mother.
Never had lunch or dinner. I went upstairs and took a Klonopin and some tranquilizer and went to sleep. I had these dreams. They weren't really nightmares. Dreams. There was this woman. She was young, younger than I, pretty. She had on a blue coat, light blue. I liked it. I had a light blue coat when I was younger and always thought that I looked very smart in it. Anyway, in this dream, I'm in the park, rushing through the park. I don't know where I'm going or why I was rushing, but I felt like I was late. And this young, pretty woman in a light blue coat was everywhere I looked. I don't mean that there were a lot of her, there was only one of her, but she was everywhere. I turned right and she was there, I turned left and she was there. I don't know who she was, and I didn't ask. Somehow I knew to be afraid of the answer. I've decided that she represents young, pretty women in light blue knee-length coats everywhere.
I sat on the porch for a very long time, crying and feeling, well, very sorry for myself. And then it started to get dark, and the night bugs came out, and I thought,
What are you waiting for?
who are you?
Elizabeth Hilton.
Like the hotel?
No relation.
Oh, too bad.
I'll say.
I love hotels. People take care of you. There's always someone to make the bed or clean up the mess. You can call reception at 4 in the morning and pretend you have a problem.
You don't have a problem?
Oh, I do, just nothing I would tell a reception. I mean, I don't need
I
towels
see.
or something to eat.
I asked you a question.
You did.
What are you waiting for?
I don't understand.
You've been here, sitting here for a very long time. Are you waiting for something or someone?
I don't want to go home. My father's there and there are problems.
Do you think something's going to change? Do you think something's going to happen?
What?
Look around. The world is full of victims. Sad stories, endless stories. Words on top of words until it's a tower no one can climb. And the tears. The endless parade of self-pity and wailing cries. The planet vibrates from the sound of a billion sobs, it's true. You can hear the haze of desperation from a mile away. That's enough, you want to say? It's enough! Stop it! You're slowing the earth with your gasping, with your wheezing tears!
What kind of a doctor are you?
I'm a psychologist.
Oh.
Why?
Well, you don't seem very sympathetic.
You obviously understand nothing of the human mind.
Well, that may be so, but I know the difference between kindness and cruelty.
I seem cruel to you?
Well,
You don't know what cruel is until you've been spit on. Literally spit on by the man you love. By your husband, the man who claims to love you. You don't know what cruel is until you find his hands around your throat in the middle of the night and you look into his eyes and you don't recognize the person behind them.
that happened to you.
I never said that.
Sorry.
Look, my point is there's no messianic figure coming to save you.
That was your point.
Yeah, more or less.
How was that your point?
Is this how you saw your life? Is this what you imagined, sitting alone in the twilight, afraid to go home?
No. I always wanted to be a nurse. Since I was little. To help people. Children. I've always loved children, even the horrible ones, even the very ugly ones.
Ew.
They need love too.
All right.
Well, believe it or not, I never thought I was very pretty.
I believe it. So what stopped you?
From what?
Nursing.
All that white.
The clothes?
No, I get rashes from the bleach. Horrible, like burns. I have very sensitive skin and hair. It's falling out. I don't know if you noticed.
I did.
So I made do. I learned skills and tried to forget.
Well, let me tell you, the world is not a hotel.
I know.
There's no one there to pick up your bags or clean up your mess. You have to do it yourself. Are you tired of seeing vapor in the mirror?
I don't see vapor.
I was making a metaphor.
I see me.
Well, obviously.
I see Delia.
Someone stuck, someone afraid to breathe. You're stuck in your father's house, so you stay. You can't see, so you sit, inert, afraid to fall.
I can see just fine. There are lights on it in the house, and I can see just fine. I walk around like anyone else, den to kitchen, kitchen to
Do you
den.
think love spills like dead leaves from the sky? You think happiness knocks on your door selling magazines? Courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it.
Say it again, slowly.
Do something.
All right.
And don't let morals be a fence.
Come again?
You know what you want.
Harry.
You know what you need.
Somebody.
And there's no one coming to save you.
So I went back to my father's house for what I knew would be the very last time.